Okay, we can all agree that ballroom dresses are one of the most beautiful and elegant types of clothing ever produced, right? Picture the different colors, seams, and stitches that make up this piece of clothing. Now, can you imagine what a living ballroom dress would look like? If you thought peacock, then you're absolutely correct. These can be found impressing crowds of people either in the zoo or in the wild, turning the world into their own runway. But did you know there are three different species of peacocks, and each comes in a variety of colors? If you want to know more about these guys, then like this video and subscribe to our channel for more animal antics here at Snooze. Let's get started. Before going about their different variations, let's talk about peacocks and how they achieve different colors. Peacocks come in three kinds of magnificent species, mainly the Congo peafowl, Indian peafowl, and green peafowl. The ones you usually see inside zoos and bird sanctuaries are the Indian peafowls, which is the most common of the three. The different colors of peacocks are mostly derived from selective breeding of the green peafowl and the Indian peafowl. Now that you're in the loop with some peacock knowledge, let's get right into it. Remember to watch until the very end to find out about the most magnificent peacock in the world. Number 10. Green peafowl. These emerald-colored beauties are also known as the Javanese peacock in the Indonesian island of Java. They bear the same resemblance to Indian peacocks because of their brightly colored feathers used in courting rituals. These guys can grow to 3 meters long and around 5 kilograms in weight, so they're like large, beautiful chickens. What makes these guys different from Indian peafowls is their shiny green color found at their heads and crests. The females of these particular species are also primarily green, but far more muted than the males. Another thing that separates these guys from Indian peafowls is that their tails aren't as long. Number 9. Indian peafowl. The Indian peafowl is easily the most recognizable of all three peacock species because they're the most commonly found in zoos and bird sanctuaries. These guys are native to the countries of India, Sri Lanka, and other parts of Eastern Asia. They can grow 3.5 meters long and can weigh around 5.5 kilograms. The Indian peafowls display their tail plumage for courting rituals, and they have bright blue heads and sapphire crests. Their brightly colored tail feathers are used to attract the females, who on the other hand are a muted brown color with green or blue heads and a much smaller tail. This is because the females use their bodies as camouflage to hide their eggs and chicks. Number 8. Congo peafowl. These guys were just recently discovered, so they're quite a rare sight to be seen in zoos. They're mostly found in the wild or bird sanctuaries. The Congo peacock is found in Africa and bears more resemblance to standard pheasants rather than peacocks because of how simple they look. These guys don't have the same length and vividly colored tail feathers as the other peacock species. The male Congo peacock is also much smaller than the other species, around 2 meters long and 3.5 kilograms in weight. The female Congo peacocks, on the other hand, are dressed in green and brown, which makes them look like juvenile Indian peacocks. Though not much is known about the endangered Congo peafowl, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums has set up a program to help preserve and maintain their habitat and population. Number 7. Dance floor. Imagine that, but as the main motif for the blue Indian peafowl's feathers. The differences between the two. Number 6. Black Indian peafowl. If you've watched the movie Black Swan, then you'll love the black Indian peafowl. When we think of peacocks, we mostly imagine birds made out of rainbows because of their diverse hues. But one look at this guy and you're sure to fall in love with its elegance. The black Indian peafowl is not a melanistic hybrid as one might think. To those who don't know, melanism is the complete opposite of albinism, which means the animal is completely black in color. The black Indian peafowl is actually a result of selective breeding with peacocks that have darker hues. This then resulted in an almost perfectly black peacock. This just proves that peacocks don't have to be colorful to be beautiful. Number 5. Purple Indian Peafowl. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a naturally purple animal? No, octopus and hippos are only shown as purple in children's books. They're mostly brown. So did you give up yet? Well, that's because the color purple isn't a good shade to camouflage within nature. Try to imagine hiding behind a tree or in the mud whilst most of your body is purple. Pretty hard, right? The purple peacock doesn't care about hiding. It wants to be noticed. Just look at the splendid color it has. It fits royalty. These guys are a result of selective breeding between individuals that have a recessive gene for the color purple. So if you see these guys, then you're pretty lucky because only a handful of these guys exist in the world. Number 4. Yellow Indian Peafowl. If you've ever been able to attend the celebration of Mardi Gras in Europe, then you'll know what the yellow Indian peafowl looks like. These guys deeply resemble the colorful masks used in the festival. They have yellow feathers that sprout out from its deep emerald body, and the small feathers beneath its train are also yellow, which makes for good color matching. The yellow Indian peafowl is much more common than the purple one, but that doesn't mean they're easy to spot. So remember to take lots of pictures if you happen to come across one. Number 3. Melanistic Indian Peafowl. If you loved the black Indian peafowl, then you'll be stunned with its melanistic version. The melanistic Indian peafowl is a result of selective breeding, but of a mutation in the bird's cells that give it the condition of melanism. This condition causes the entire body, not just the feathers but also the skin of the peacock, to turn black. This type of mutation in birds is so extremely rare that some scientists debate whether or not it's possible to achieve this artificially. Whether these guys are made artificially or produced naturally, I'm sure we can all agree on how elegant they look. Number 2. Partially albino Indian Peafowl. The partially albino Indian peafowl is much rarer than its full albino counterparts. But that doesn't mean it's any less beautiful. These guys have an extremely rare mutation which resulted in partial albinism. They have both normal colorations, but with strands of white that streak from their bodies to their tails. This unique colorway results in a sophisticated-looking peacock that absolutely demands your attention. Don't worry, because albinism and melanism is purely a visual mutation. These guys don't experience any pains or deformities due to their attractive mutations. Number 1. Albino Green Peafowl. Do you still remember the feeling in your chest when you first laid eyes on a wedding dress? That's exactly how you'll feel when you see one of these guys in the flesh. The albino green peafowl is absolutely stunning. It leaves even the other peacocks breathless because of how elegant this guy looks. This peacock looks beautiful, especially at night. This is because of how its white body deeply contrasts with the blanket of the night. This results in nature's rarest and most beautiful sight to behold. Don't forget to bring napkins because these guys will surely bring you to tears. Well, those were the most beautiful peacocks in the world. What peacock on our list mesmerized you the most? Let us know down in the comment section below. Also, please tell us what you think is the most beautiful bird, aside from peacocks, that you know of. If you want to see more amazing birds, then don't forget to check out our other video entitled The Most Amazing Bird Nests in the World. Until next time, snoozers!